No sister here. But, Van, we got Big Otis. So in the studio today, we have Otis Wilson, Super Bowl champion. We have Johanna Leah. My main man, Charles Thomas, is out in the studio. But tell us about this new show you got.
Oh, well, it is called The Van Jones Show, and I am excited about it. It's tomorrow night, 7 p.m. on the East Coast on CNN. And, we got Jay-Z coming on. He's not doing a lot of interviews, but I really wanted to sit down and talk with him about where we are, where we're going in this era of Trump, in which, first pop culture took over politics. Now politics is taking over pop culture. We're talking to Jay-Z. But the main point of this show is to get different voices into the conversation. I get into a van, and I head to Charlottesville, Virginia, where those Nazis marched and killed that young woman. And I get in a van, and I put Republicans and Democrats in the same van with me, liberals and conservatives, black and white, and we drive around Charlottesville and have a conversation. And it's mind-blowing. You've got to see this in terms of, you can't get out, we drive in, and the stuff that people say is unreal on both sides. And so we're just trying to have a conversation in this election year. We get to finally get a chance to vote again. And I wanted to make sure that at least on the weekends on CNN, we had some different voices in the mix, from the biggest celebrities to the grassroots, from the unknown to the infamous to the world famous. One conversation.
Van, so speaking of different voices, right now one of the biggest debates in the country is over DACA.
Yes.
My question to you is, let me back around just quickly. Van, we have seen in places like Alabama, Virginia, black folks turning out overwhelmingly to turn out and help Democrats move on to victory. Do you think that black political capital is being used by the Democrats to protect DACA citizens, or to protect the DACA dreamers?
I hope so, because don't forget, a lot of immigrants are from, Africa, from the Afro-Caribbean, Haiti, Jamaica. We often, a lot of the majority of immigrants are from Latin America.
But Van, let me stop you there, because we just looked at the U.S. Department of Census and Immigration, and actually the number of black people that are affected by DACA is 2,640, and those people are from Jamaica. There's no Haitians on the list. There's no people from Africa on the list. So again, with all of the issues that are facing black folks, is DACA really what Democrats should be prioritizing, knowing that blacks turn out the most for them?
Look, I think that I'm proud that black folks stand up for justice, period. What they want to do is put us in a situation where we're supposed to be fighting against the Latinos, and Latinos are supposed to fight against the Muslims. And
but who's fighting for black people?
Well, I think we've been fighting for black people. It's something called Black Lives Matter that has pushed the conversation forward. I think it's a very dangerous thing to get into a situation where we say black people are only for black people. We're only going to fight for our own stuff. We don't care about other folks, because the Obama coalition gave us a whole set of allies that have been there for us, not enough. And we have been there for them, not enough. I'm going to tell you right now, when you only have 14% of the population, we need allies.
But Van, that's a tough sell in Chicago.
Why is that a tough sell?
Listen. I'm Charles Thomas, by the way. I'm Maze's co-host. Because Illinois has the highest black unemployment rate in the country. It's a tough sell here, is what I'm saying. We have the highest black unemployment rate in the country. And we're struggling with that. I mean, it's tougher to get a job in Chicago than it is to get a job in Mississippi or Alabama or Louisiana. We're supposed to subscribe.
Help me understand. So therefore, we should not care about other groups.
We want somebody to care about us, I think, and we don't hear that within the dialogue that's going on, the conversation.
Well, I tell you what, we just gonna have to disagree on that. I'm going to tell you what I have seen with my own eyes. In California, where I make my home, we closed 5 youth prisons in California. We just passed 3 bills to begin to roll back the juvenile justice system in California, and it was black folk and Latinos arm in arm fighting to get this prison system off of our backs.
There were more people murdered in Chicago last year than in New York and Los Angeles combined. That's what we're dealing with here. So it's a tough sell in this area, man. We have some incredible problems.
So, but listen, man, it's a false debate. Listen, it only takes one vote on DACA one way or the other. They have votes in Congress, multiple times a week on multiple issues. So I think it's a false debate. We can actually stick up for Black Lives Matter and for the Me Too and for the Dreamers. It's not. For my concern is that we are not fighting hard enough for black issues.
Van, where are the black issues that are the priority? Look, when you tell black folks that they've turned out overwhelmingly for Democrats, and the Democrats are willing to shut down the government over DACA, but we don't hear anything. We don't hear anything about reparations. We don't hear anything. What is the black priority that is at the forefront that we are willing to shut the government down, that all black folks can be on the TV crying like Cory Booker
and the Latinos
can join in with us? What is that issue that is in Washington that we need to deal with? What is the black priority?
Well, I mean, it has been criminal justice reform and jobs over the past several years. That's what it has been. That's what the Congressional Black Caucus has been fighting for. That's what Eric Holder has been fighting for. That's what Obama.
They gone though.
What?
They're gone though. So where are black people now?
Here's the thing. You're making 2 points that don't have anything to do with each other. Do we have enough black leadership? No. Are black issues being taken seriously? No. Is the Democratic Party been there for us? No. Do Democrats take us for granted? Yes. But that doesn't mean that we should then resent the Latinos for fighting for their stuff and act like it's either or. It's not either or.
There's
the
not
Latinos
a resentment.
Haven't got nothing either.
Van.
And so,
Van, there's no resentment of the Latinos. I'm saying, why is that the forefront issue? When I see the Black Caucus, when I see John Lewis going to TV saying that this is the most important issue that is facing the country, that they are willing to shut it down, and black folks are hurting all around the country, what is the priority for the party for black people? And what do you see? Because you're right there in those meetings.
Well, I mean, look, I have said now, I don't know, 12 times,
okay.
Criminal justice reform. That's not something I'm just...
I'm not going to jail, though. We ain't all going to jail, brother.
Hold on. And all Latinos are not undocumented either. But as a moral issue and as a moral stand, the Latino community has lifted up that issue. All women not trying to get an abortion. But as a moral stand, the women's right to choose has been lifted up. So you asked me the question, what do you think it should be?
I think that it should be reparations or and economic development. How do we create equity and parity for black people in this country? We got a lot of opportunities that are coming up, from from the marijuana industry to technology to, as you talked about, the green technology, etc. But what are we doing? Go ahead.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm working on all three of those. When Prince was alive, and we launched my organization, now called the Dream Corps, in Chicago with Prince, with 3 concerts in 2012. When he was alive, we were working together on technology, launched something called Yes We Code, which is still going. Green for All, trying to get solar panels and solar jobs into the hood. And what I'm telling you is somebody I'm working every day. I'm not talking about it. Through the dreamcorps.org, I'm working every day to get jobs in the clean energy sector, to get jobs in the Silicon Valley and technology sector, to close prisons. And every time I go to fight, I have to have allies. I got to have other people to help me, because we are not strong enough to get it all done all by ourselves. And my most consistent allies have been Latinos. So when they call me and say, can you stand with me on this one, I got no problem with that, because those of us who are fighting for real to get real jobs have been able to call on them sometimes. So I don't want us to go down a road where it's an either or, when the reality is neither of our little communities have enough strength to get it done alone. We're going to need each other. And I believe in I'm not talking about it. I'm doing it every day to get these jobs. And we need to stand up for ourselves. And when other people are in trouble, go help them so they can help us later.
Where do you stand on reparations, Van?
Hey, well, listen, if I worked all summer long at CNN and I went down there to ask them for my paycheck and they said, never mind, I would be hot. And that's just one summer's worth of work. Can you imagine 300 summers of free work for millions of people? So that's just a no-brainer. That's just common sense.
Well, okay, but where's the organized voice in Black America for it? I'm not hearing it from the leadership.
Well, listen, I've told you the issues that I'm working on. Mm-hmm. I'm working on trying to close prison doors and open doors of opportunity in the sectors where we have, as you pointed out earlier, some real openings of opportunity. I'm not working on the marijuana stuff. Somebody else is probably working on that. But that
Hook me up with them.
What?
Hook me up with them. Go ahead.
That's going to be on you. But listen, you know, the pain. Listen, I'm tired of going to funerals. I'm tired of going to funerals where the police are killing us. I'm tired of going to funerals where us are killing us. I'm tired of meeting young people who've been to more funerals than they've been to graduations. I'm tired of it too. But I don't want for us to be sitting on this white hot stove and be in so much pain that we forget that strategically, Dr. King, he died 50 years ago this year, he had come to the point where strategically he said we're going to have a poor people's movement that includes not just Mexicans, but poor white folk and a bunch of other folks to actually prevail. And I believe in that. I believe the best way for black interests to be advanced is in coalition. As Dr. King said, as Obama demonstrated, we have a long way to go. But I'm not going to be mad about DACA. I'm going to be mad about the people who don't want the black or brown kids to have jobs. They want black and brown kids locked up, deported. Those are my enemies. I'm not going to move my focus off of that.
Well, this is Johanna, and I definitely agree with what you're saying. I think more of us need to stick together and step up together and fight for each other, for equality for everybody.
Look, y'all, Van Jones, new show. Van, tell them how they can check your show out.
Hey, listen, 7 p.m., CNN, Saturday. Look, you have got to put your DVR on. Not that many folks that have shows. I've got a show. I got Jay-Z on my show.
Jigga Man.
So, 7 p.m., if you don't watch it, DVR it and watch it the next morning. Don't DVR it and watch it in a month. That don't help my ratings. Watch it in the morning so I get my ratings. Thank you.
This is Van Jones on the Top of Chicago. We'll be back after news, traffic, and the weather. Sorry.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson coming up on the Talk of...
You always agree, because you the kumbaya girl.
No, I just believe that if we stick together as a human race, all of our needs will be met. But if we keep singling everybody...
Right.
I gotta get you...
Man, I'm telling you.
I gotta get you the...
No, I believe in that. I really believe in that. Because if the Latinos stood up for us and we stood up for the Latinos,
We stand up for the
and the Asians
Latinos.
that are just
They don't
taking
be standing up for
over,
us.
then we would all be growing.
They don't stand up for us.
What's your view on DACA?
I don't have enough knowledge about DACA
Basically, there's